This remote can control your Arduino, and every button sends a different signal. And most beginners have no idea how this actually works. I'll show you exactly how to set this up step by step. Okay, here is our IR detector we're going to use. So you can see that this is an infrared detector and it absorbs or it receives light at about 950 nanometers peak, which of course not visible to the human eye. And you can see here it has three connections which are named G or and Y. So G is ground, right is the power, and Y is the signal line. So what we will do is we will get a breadboard and we will put these in. I've already prepared some wires there. You can see I have, so this trace now is connected. This is going to be my power line, and here this trace is connected to here, which is our ground line. Okay, so then I bring along my Arduino. I already have so a 5-volt and a ground connection there. So I will connect the 5 volts to this line and the ground connection here. Okay, and then I will bring the signal line. So I'm going to bring the signal line from, as we said, the last remaining pin, and that is going to go to, I'm going to use pin 9 as an input here on the Arduino. I think you can see it there, connects pin, and that's it. That is it. Once we have it all connected up, then of course we can connect it to our laptop, and then we can start doing some coding. And of course this is the remote that we're talking about today, that we're going to be using. All these components can be bought through the Amazon link in the description below. It's the ELEGOO starter kit, so it's quite handy. It contains all these components to get your project started. So here I have my Arduino IDE. First off, I'm going to select the library I need. So in here I have the library manager, and if I search for IR remote is the library we need, I can come down here to IR remote, and as you can see I already have one installed here. It's the 2.6 version. If I drop down the menu here, you can see all the different versions. Now as you can see there are many later versions. The time of recording this video is May 2026, so there's been many updates since the one I'm using, but just for the purposes of this this lesson, we can use the 2.6 because it's very straightforward and very clear how to use the remote with the IR detector. So that's where the remote library is. So I'm just going to close that again and now start writing some code. So now I have to include that library. So I will go hash includes bracket I capital or remote dot h. Okay, so that doesn't come with the Arduino. We have to include this from the libraries. Okay, so then we have to now we should tell which pin we're going to be using. So and we have to declare that. So it's int. I'm going to call it IR detects equals. So as you can remember, we can see here, it's actually, yeah, it's the yellow, it's pin 9 on the Arduino. So we'll go 9 and semicolon. Okay, now we want to create the object. So we're going to create the IR object. So we go IR RECV, IR, and IR detect. Okay, so we give the object the name IR and it's connected to the IR pin. Okay, So then we're going to the, where are we going to send the readings? So we're going to use this decodes results, and we're going to call it reading. So this is where the data is going to come into. We're going to call it reading. Okay, so that's a command from the library. Yeah, it's specialist knowledge, but it's actually from the library itself. And this is, yeah, where we will put our results. And I'm calling it reading. You can call it what you want. I'm calling it reading. Okay, that's everything else. So then we go into void setup, and we will do serial begin. We're going to actually start up our serial monitor, and we'll put a 9600 baud, which is pretty standard. And then we've enable the module, so it starts it up. So basically, we'll put IR dot enable IR capital IN brackets semicolon. Okay, so that basically enables our module. All right, so now that we have it started up, we now go down to the void loop, which is runs continuously. And well, what are we going to do here? We're going to sit and wait for me to press one of these buttons on the remote. So nothing will happen until we press something. So we'll go while ir dot decodes okay, ampersand reading equals 0. So while nothing is, basically what this is saying is while no data is coming back, we are going to do absolutely nothing. Okay. So yeah, it brings in the data. So the ampersand is the function we use when we want to get the value back from the address. Okay. So then we will, when a button is pressed, we'll try to read it. So we'll do serial print ln reading dot value hex. So we're going to bring back a hexadecimal, which is standard. So basically, when someone presses a button on this will read it. Okay, we're going to delay 1.5 seconds because yeah, we want to, when it starts reading again, we want to delay, because if there's no delay, it'll just continuously read in data with no spaces. So that stops it, and then okay, we've delayed it. Now we want to resume it again. So we'll do ir dot resume curly brackets and semicolon. So that's pretty much it in terms of setting it up. Now this is the moment of truth. We will connect it. Okay, we will connect it. Okay, and let's run it. Sorry, IR remote of 2 R's, right? Okay, try that again. I only had 1 R there. Okay, let's have a look. Something seems to be happening. It's building. We're getting something back. Okay. Compiling. Okay, you can see the LEDs are lighting up on the board, which is a good sign. So it's downloaded the code. Let's open the serial monitor. Okay. Oh, very good. Look at that. Press 2. If I press 1, I'm getting something there. As you can see, a hex code. Okay, for 3, we're getting a different hex code. For 5, Okay, brilliant. And you can see the detector is lighting up there when we're pressing the buttons. So you can see here in the serial monitor, each button has a different hex code. So that's pretty cool. What we can do now is we can decode the hex into a string, and uh, just using some if statements, and then we'll. Okay, now we're reading in hex. So now we want to read in a string so we can understand what's being pressed. So then I'm going to go up here and I'm going to declare a string. So capital S string. I'm going to call it my value. Okay, and now I'm going to do so if, okay, what I'm going to do is I've been pressing 1 here. You can see down here the FF30CF is the hex code for 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say if our reading dot value is equal to this hex code, then I'm going to just say, yeah, this is number 1. So FF30CF. Okay. 0x, of course, is to tell the Arduino that we're dealing in hex code. So my value equal to number 1 and serial dot print ln. So let's print whatever is there, my value. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, we've pressed 1, FF. Okay, serial dot printf 30CF. Okay, okay, we've compiled that and we'll press number 1. Ah, here we go, number 1. Perfect. Just slight error there. Okay, so that's for number 1. And now it's just a trivial exercise to do it for each of the other numbers. So what we'll do, we'll just do one more, maybe for number 2. So I'll just copy and paste the codes. So I'll press number 2. Okay, so that's giving me back the hex code there, and I'll put in whatever hex code we have. So it's FF18E7. Okay, and so that's going to be number 2. And we'll compile that and see if it also converts it for number 2. Okay, so now let's press number 2. There you go. So we've done number 1 and number 2, and now you can see it's pretty easy exercise to test each of the buttons, name them, and then it'll give you a complete mapping of the remote. And that's pretty much this lesson done. So thanks guys, please like, subscribe, and we'll move on to the next project very quickly.